in Europe and how we can react. I would like to read a short and famous poem from a German Protestant pastor wrote around 60 years ago. First, they came for the communists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the socialists, but I didn't speak out because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the labor leaders, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a labor leader. Then they came for the Jew, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Years later, we live in a more complex and globalized society. Therefore, the elites and economic powers that control it are also global. They are creating a new kind of dictatorship, ruled by and for the interest of financiers and speculators. The European Union governments, together with the European Central Bank and the International Monetary Fund, are involved in the dictatorship, applying a new shock doctrine in Europe based on the so-called austerity measures.
Come closer, yeah, you have to speak louder.
Okay. Greece is being used as a laboratory before generalizing these measures, with some of them are already implemented in my country, Spain, as well as in Portugal, Italy, Ireland, and the rest of Europe at different levels. No country is safe. A shift in the opinion of the rating agencies can put a whole country into recession and poverty, terrifying the population. The people of Greece is bravely raising up against these social terror policies and practices, with the medias misinforming about the demonstrations and general strikes that become more and more frequent despite the violent repression. We all are Greece. The Greeks are fighting for the dignity of all Europeans. Their battle is our battle. If they lose, we all lose. We all are Greece, from Amsterdam to Berlin, Madrid, Europe, and the world. We are far away, but our hearts and minds are with your cause. Do not forget it. We all are Greece. Thank you for your inspiration. Σας ευχαριστώ για την εμπνεύση.
Okay, so Villar now will talk for us.
Thank you. We're standing here in solidarity with the people from Greece and the people in Spain and all those countries where people resist the cuts that are being forced upon them. We are standing here protesting against the liberals and the social democrats who are telling us this Europe can only exist with the austerity measures, and it is there to prevent war. Well, what we are seeing here is a class war being waged against us. Then now I have to look up. So what is important to see is the way in which what happens today is something which is a process that's going on for 20 years, about where the growing integration of countries is being put at the price of working people. I'm sorry. So it was the German companies who were strongly in favor of beginning with the euro and linking all the different countries to Germany. All the countries were forced to link their countries and their currencies to the strongest economy. In that sense, they made their the possibilities to have a public welfare system, to have a democracy of the peoples themselves, to barrier that. And now what we're seeing is with the crisis, a crisis which is like the lightning bolt showing all these contradictions which are built into this Eurozone, where the different, like what some the aide to Obama said, like, never waste a serious crisis. Now we're seeing that European politicians are using this crisis to force all these measures upon us. The same with our local leaders, our politicians. All over Europe, they're using the crisis to cut public welfare. Like in France, Sarkozy has proposed to raise taxes on food while cutting the taxes on corporations. And the same here in the Netherlands, where they're holding on to a subsidy for large villas, large housing, in order to force all these measures, like the healthcare, where people in Greece are fighting against, but also in the Netherlands, the same things are raging. And at the same time, we're seeing that companies are using this crisis to fire people, but also to rehire them against lower wages and to make them accept even lower standards of pay. So what this causes is a crisis which has a statistical recovery.